Okay, someone do an introduction, please.
Welcome to the fourth session of Modscast with one actual mod and not two not mods.
Isn't this the fifth? No, it's
session 4.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, exploit the gang.
Starting with Portugal. So
Portugal was actually AI for a large portion of the session, or Sodness, but Darth said that he told Sodness not to do anything, so it'd be easier to do save edits. So that's why it's capping on mana. I guess.
The important part to know, like, Portugal is Shinto, is memeing to get down to 0 milk quality and to max death modifiers. That's why he's exploiting all of his mill death and just deving in admin and tip.
What's his max manpower? 12k?
Yeah, 18k max manpower and a force limit of 42. He had a quite big colony in Brazil, but he let him go. He has some wonky plans with him. Let's see if that works out in the end. And otherwise, he's very solid. His former ally Castile died, but nobody wants to touch him because
he's Darth.
He is Darth.
Yeah. Also, like, Portugal just isn't hurting anyone really. So
yeah, he's just he's memeing and making ducats. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
No, that's a good summary. I think Andalusia would be next country. Or should we go into Aztec here? I'm not quite sure. Would you consider yourself Iberian now?
Not yet. I was kind of kicked out. I've less Iberian now than I did last session.
We can talk about this when we get to Great Britain.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Andalusia, on the other hand, is doing Andalusia things.
Have he ideas yet?
He has finished his ideas, yes.
Yeah, he's lagging behind in tech a little bit.
Yeah, which could be a problem because 14 is technically up now, so you could have your 4th idea group, and he definitely can't. Also, he's lacking the institution.
Yeah, but he's getting that from Darth, so from the normal spread modifier.
Yeah, he should be getting it at some point, just that he doesn't have money, really.
I mean, it always also makes sense for him to save up to like 1.4k in each category, and then embrace the institution and then take like 3 techs at once to use the neighbor bonus a lot.
Yeah. He should also have Spy Networks up for tech.
Yes.
He has Slip Tech 9 already.
I mean, other than that, he's basically just landlocked in now. He can't beat any one of his neighbors, I'd assume.
Yeah, I don't know the situation of Songhai.
Yeah, but with these allies, Songhai, Mutapa, and Rum, like Andalusia, not looking good for him in terms of expansion options, unless Brazil comes knocking in Songhai. Yeah, I mean, actually, he listened to Modscast and built a fort there.
Yeah,
nice.
And deleted the fort in. I can't pronounce the name.
I think here was the fort yet.
Yeah.
Quasazat, something like that.
Or Sarsat, whatever. Like it's A, a Highland fort, B, it has a bad river crossing, and C, it didn't even protect your land.
Yeah, you can go the north and Sus even if you have a fort there, and then you can't reach it anymore. I mean, with this Figwig fort, I'd still think that a fort in Magnus would be something you'd want.
Yes, but it needs another fort.
Oh, no, like you want a fort in Fez.
Yeah.
Because Fez cuts off the route into Tunis because of the Zone of Control protection.
Yeah.
And it has river crossing. Like the Fez fort is one of the best forts in the game. It's
but doesn't also Fez start with a fort?
Yes.
He does. He deleted all the forts, I remember.
Oh, yeah. I didn't, like, I knew he deleted this fort or something. Yeah, I think.
No, there's no fort down there. The forts you start with are in Marrakesh, Fez, and then in Talifat is one. I think it's in Dara. But you don't have any forts near the gold mine, so you have to build one there.
Yeah, well, it definitely didn't do that, but Songhai did. So now it's protected. But also, it's not devved up that much, but I guess Songhai has other gold mines to dev.
Uneven dev, notice.
No, they are not devved. They are unevenly devved.
mage.
I think the 5 death one in lobby collapsed.
Oh, -1 is star
Yeah,
as
do
well.
we understand why he is a negative stability?
Probably because it's 4 admin text behind.
Yeah. Just like
But I feel like you should be stepping up to 0 anyways, because you'll have to spend those 100 points one way or another, and it doesn't really, like, that will take a fucking long time to get to tech 14 here. So might as well step up and don't deal with all of these rebels.
Try getting prosperity.
yeah, like you are weak. You have a decent quality now because you finished quality, decent eco. You're making money. You can hire like a level 3 admin advisor. Also get the cheaper.
Would you?
5 admin.
Yes, because the reason is he doesn't have the cheaper admin advisor from the Ulima. So it's another 25% for advisor cost.
Oh yeah, give that privilege.
Yeah, and then he can afford the level 3 advisor quite easy.
And remove all your monopolies. Monopolies are
remove-
not worth it.
Yeah. Remove the monopoly, step up, get to like 1.4k in each category, and then embrace, and then.
Also, maybe if you have some spare time, shuffle around here until you get a discipline advisor.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, this person with the glasses is looking very nice, but I don't think if you're fighting, that's a good idea.
The thing is, as long as you're not fighting, you actually want the land maintenance modifier because it's.
I don't think he spent enough on land maintenance for it to matter.
Yeah, of course.
If he's sure that he's not fighting, I guess, yeah, but is he sure? Like, I don't know.
No, if a war starts, you just start firing 1 or 2 advisors a month until you get the right one, basically.
Yeah, depending on your luck, that works. With my reroll luck, I usually need.
Oh, he built another fort in New Ferrer. That fort is completely useless.
I mean,
as in defensive wise.
Yeah, it's not defensive, but the supply limit obviously is shit in a desert.
Nope.
So.
No, it's surprisingly good actually.
For whatever reason, supply is great. The arid modifier is the problem because it has the minus 20% supply limit modifier and the.
But cows give plus supply limit, no?
Yeah, but since it has cows and it is.
So you're saying he should have built it? Well, that doesn't really work. He could have built it here, I guess. That blocks the movement.
No, like in Gardames, because like all of these provinces are 3 death. Even the coast ones have 4. So you just build it like a little bit farther inland.
Yeah, that's true.
And just give up that 3 death land. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. There's no protective land here anyway, so it doesn't matter too much.
You just don't want to build it at the coast, because when you don't have the naval superiority.
I think we spent enough time on Andalusia.
Yeah, we definitely did. Okay, let's go over to Songhai.
Way too much.
Songhai is not in debt, unsurprisingly.
A lot of money in the bank, actually. You should build some buildings.
He's very conservative with buildings.
Build workshops, build manufacturers.
Yeah.
Even think about building like temples if you like them.
Yeah, but you could still manufacturers and stuff too.
You have, exactly. Just build all of the manufacturers first and the workshops, and then if you have like high value temples, build those.
Yeah.
Also, you keep a bit of your money in the bank to embrace the institution, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably what, 2k, 3k. Build at least like 10 manors now. Take corruption and pay down with legalism.
You don't need to stay at 100% legalism.
Yeah, they take the corruption and then pay down with the legalism.
You can of course like wait for you have a monthly piety gain. So you want to do it like when you hit 100.
Yeah.
Other than that, what he's doing seems okay to me. What he's doing idea-wise, okay, he's not finished his idea groups yet, and he's not that close to unlocking his 4th one yet. So that's some things to look at for the next session.
Same with Andalusia, just save up like 1.4k in each category, then embrace, and then like take 2 to 3 techs at once.
To be fair, Songhai started last session with 4 total ideas.
Yeah, that's true.
He did really well.
He was
also, you don't need to pay for your forts, but the border up provinces.
Actually, it's almost annexed to Homey now, so I guess more good land, or okay-ish land for him.
It's not a fort.
Also,
it's
also advisors. Ones.
He could have better advisors, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least admin. Since he needs a lot of admin too.
Also, Mill, he still hasn't finished quality.
Also, Crownland looks hella fine. Just want to point that out because we are getting to absolutism soon.
Yep. Okay. I think that's enough for Songhai,
Yep.
right? Let's go over to Mutapa.
I have no idea how.
Another nation with a lot of money, but surprisingly also, I don't really get why you would have 3,000 ducats in the bank and also have 10 loans. Like,
Are they burger loans?
No.
Nope, the 3.5% interest.
The thing is this, like, when you prepay them off, you don't really save any money. Then just let them time out and then pay off.
Yeah, you don't save any money.
Yeah. So you just let them time it out and then pay off, and in the meantime you just build stuff with your money. But he already did that for most of his country.
I mean, he had to fight Magyars for
Yeah.
all of the session. So.
I think he made a mistake that he became a kingdom. He should have become a republic.
Yeah.
What's his religion? Is it still fetishist?
Yes.
Ah.
Based.
Yeah.
I like it. Not gonna lie.
2.5% discipline. Ooh, yeah.
But the steps.
No, there's basically no steps down here.
Oh, not I.
Oh yeah, but like Ram is there and Yemen is there. He won't get us those steps.
I mean, I like to.
If some provinces, like some steps down in the south, but flipping like Eastern Tech requires first to flip Catholic, then flip Horde, then flip out of Horde.
I mean, it's
Not
50
worth it.
government before.
Yeah, but it's not worth it if you want to stay fetishist.
Yeah, no, if he wants to stay fetishist, of course not.
I
Also-
respect staying fetishes.
Which is totally fine, in my opinion.
Also, he should get a border with Portugal. Because if he is currently getting one. Because there's a fetishist tribe, a cult with the Buddhist nations, which gives him death cost reduction, which is very nice.
But
10%
Portugal,
of all.
does Shinto
Yes.
count as Buddhist?
And it's not Buddhist, it's Eastern religion.
Eastern religion, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 10%.
Look at his ruler, though. Oof.
I mean, he's strict.
Strict, but
I
still.
guess he's strict, but other than that, he's very shit.
Oh, it's nice if he's fighting before building up. Terrible.
So, as tips, you already have
Yeah.
great advisors. Slowly pay off your debt and build more stuff.
Yep.
That's all I can say.
I mean, he survived against Magyars, which is a good thing.
I mean, he's allied. What's the situation with Rum here, actually? Like, all these people are allied together, and Yemen is kind of sitting in the middle, right?
Yeah,
Without allies.
I mean,
he was
Are you
allied
gonna
to
kill
Persia,
him,
but
Banana?
Persia is having his own alliance block, so
Are you killing Yemen, Banana?
the chance of Yemen dying is
I-
quite high.
don't want to disclose this
Okay.
information.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
still in discussion.
So we've
I
just got
understand.
confirmation that Rum is going to kill Yemen. Great.
So let's go to Yemen.
I mean, he killed Ethiopia.
Okay,
Yes.
so Yemen could embrace. I mean,
He's saving up mana to double tech.
yeah, I mean, makes sense. Just
I don't think he can double tech.
Oh, he is
because
on
of the time
13.
penalty.
Yeah.
Still, he'll
he's-
embrace the booking getting ideas.
yeah, he could get next idea group. He should have very good troops compared to everyone around him. So
Yeah,
killing
he
him
is.
won't exactly be easy, especially because
I mean,
I mean, what's his force limit?
I'm not sure they're better than Rome as well.
150.
yeah, but he has nice land to use these troops in.
I
Yeah.
would
Also,
be
it's-
50, I believe. So
Also, he has lots of money banked, and
Yeah.
he can hire mercs.
he
Mm,
devved up his provinces quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
Also,
much force score is he actually? Is he like 500?
probably a few hundreds.
600.
550.
Yeah,
If you like vassalize Ethiopia, then it's like 3 wars.
I mean, vassalizing
Yeah.
Ethiopia isn't exactly easy, though.
Yeah.
Like, Yemen could counter that by just vassalizing OPM Ethiopia somewhere in the Horn of Africa.
No, it's just like you let
I mean,
Yemen
I have
kill.
Ethiopia
Yeah, Ethiopia does like 200% war score.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Okay, other than that, Yemen, I mean, he obviously has his ideas finished. He could steal the Defender of Faith from Persia for his Shia religion.
But it's his ally, pretty much. I steal it from his ally.
Yeah, also, I think at tier 2,
gain.
at tier 2 it doesn't really do that much, so...
Also, he's like a big army, navy. He's building heavy ships. He has galleys because of... He thought probably the Yemen crossing is inland sea, but it isn't. It's just a...
yeah, we discussed that last week. We don't know what exactly he thought with that, but...
yeah. But he is building heavy ships now, so...
Okay.
Oh,
Does he have forts both sides of the state?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he has...
I mean, he has it one in capital.
Yeah, that's good enough.
I mean, he has the Thais fort too, and this one. Yeah, I mean, I think a war here could be interesting because Yemen does have a strategic advantage with being able to cross here. So, like, Ram needs to decide what side to attack on, and then he needs to circle all the way around to get Yemen on the other side.
But looking at it, I basically attack in the Arabian Peninsula because that's the side of land. He can take my 5 development Ethiopian lands.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You should probably start here. But I mean, then again, this is all mountains, so will be
True, but
the problem is like nothing prevents him of just walking up to the capital and siege down.
Yeah.
Like
I
former
have
capital
forts,
in Egypt.
yeah.
Like you don't have a fort line.
I built some forts, but they are not perfect. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I mean this. Yeah,
You can walk directly to Cairo, and then
Yes, that's...
The region there is shitty to build a fort line.
also new forts are coming up, so I guess maybe save a bit of that money to defend yourself as soon as you get
so
Mil 14.
let's go to Rum.
Yeah,
See the other side.
the #1 nation.
the big evil aggressor.
We are number one.
I
What?
haven't fought anybody since.
Yeah, that makes you the big evil aggressor. You should have helped us against Persia. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same story for many nations right now, waiting for the institution to take up.
Not really. Like, he took Tech 14 already, admin.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
began
But,
trying out ideas.
but I mean, that can make sense if you want to go through your ideas. So.
Ooh, if his color, nice.
Hmm?
If a good ruler.
Yeah, my ruler is nice. But he is quite old too, so
If still a good heir.
my income could be better, but I'm supporting Mivar right now, so he doesn't go bankrupt.
Well, I mean, don't know much to say about Rum here. You're basically out of expansion room except for Yemen. So,
Yeah,
that's
still a
what's
lot.
happening.
I mean, yes,
I mean,
the rank
Europe
of...
is a thing.
Yeah.
Rum can stay like this for another like 100 years and be perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's true. So you can
Because
still dev up a lot, I could imagine.
he can dev up still a lot. He has a lot of buildings to build, like still a lot of manufacturers, and also barracks and force limit buildings. So
Oh, yeah. My current land is enough already, basically.
he wouldn't care if he
Yeah, that's true.
didn't fight another war for 100 years. He still cares.
I mean, I care about the trade in Yemen, which is quite nice.
Yeah, but like just
don't need
from
By the way,
land
actually,
flight,
how do
League
you
of
feel about this Persia snake around you? Like, was this coordinated with you, or did
Yeah,
you just...
it's agreed. It's fine.
Also, I
Oh,
assume that Theodora is alive because of Hendrik.
I couldn't bother about Theodore. It's Persian play, so I don't
Yeah.
intervene in that.
I mean, it's an OPM, it doesn't matter too much.
To be honest, the Balkans look quite ugly with all these tags. But
Maybe some blue color needs to clean it up, eh?
But I don't want to attack the Papal State because
I mean, actually, I think the Papal State is not the problem here, honestly. If you just, like, Papal State can get rid of Corfu at some point. I don't know who's getting
and
Serbia.
Serbia,
So if Papal State just gets all of this, Papal State is absolutely fine. This is more of
Hungary
a problem.
owns Kosovo, right?
No. Yeah. The Kosovo province.
You mean Rigo Mess, yes. Yeah, I mean, Rome seems fine. Should we go over to France?
Go to Pope?
Yeah, I think France is the usual one we go to because we're technically still going from east to west, west to east. Okay, so France is one of the nations that's going to go bankrupt very soon. He fought a war against Franconia and lost, I think, over this land.
He fought several wars this session. He
Yeah,
was
he fought
fighting
one-
with...
Yeah, he fought
he
a
got
big
some
war
in
with-
other lands.
Okay, so one thing we need to keep in mind is that France is losing a province here due to save edits for the wonky peace deal they did. That's not technically allowed. And
Honestly, I need to talk to them. We might not need to do that.
that's also fine. Then France, well, it's a bit of a tough spot because everyone is fighting them.
Classic HREAC books.
They got brought together through in Austria, and now they're basically not fighting each other.
The important part about France is that he mistimed his bankruptcy. Reason for this, the truce runs out in 5 years with Franconia and Switzerland.
He should
And
just
he's
go
still not
bankrupt
bankrupt.
now.
Yeah, but he can't because
Buildings.
he mistimed the bankruptcy bill, and if he goes bankrupt now, like half of his buildings get deleted.
I'm looking at his land. It seems like he finished his buildings a while ago.
Yeah, like I know that he has to wait
Really?
till 73 to go bankrupt.
I see here that he needs to wait only until 68.
This is like what information I have.
Just look
mean,
at the province of the
It
second.
will remain to be seen what he does next session, but it's pretty safe to assume that Franconia is going to attack again.
Yep.
Yes, and considering he'll still be bankrupt, he'll probably die.
So he has to go bankrupt like basically within 3 months.
Oh no, look what quality it is.
Yeah.
And he can't he'll go bankrupt in a second, so it's not like he'll finish them anytime soon.
Yeah, France isn't looking great. I kind of
Yeah.
feel sorry for him at this point because what is he supposed to do against these nations in the HRE? Franconia is crazy strong.
I mean, do Diplo. That's the only thing you can do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
but
if he-
You know that you have a worse quality. You know that your money situation is worse off.
the question is who to do Diplo with in this situation.
Jerusalem
Tuscany.
for Switzerland land.
Yeah,
for
well, they are
example.
allied to Switzerland. That's a tough.
It's just
Talk out of
like
it.
just saying. Then you have like, for example, Lübeck. If he wants a piece out of Westphalia,
Prussia
or
maybe.
Franconia, Prussia. Like there are some ways to do.
Well,
same
I
with
mean,
Bavaria.
Prussia, Westphalia isn't happening anything between them. I'm pretty sure I can
Oh.
assume that.
but
That's
Prussia,
untrue.
Franconia, for example.
Prussia, Franconia, I guess you could see happening, but I don't know if it's likely. Like that's definitely something France should be trying. Get either Westphalia or Prussia on their side. But the thing is, I know that Prussia and Westphalia are not going to work against each other in any way. So as long as Westphalia is trying to kill France together with Franconia, well,
Yeah.
Westphalia can't kill France because he doesn't have a border with him. Franconia and Switzerland is killing France.
they have.
Westphalia would be
Big
into
GP.
GP. Yeah, that's another issue.
Yeah, but France and GP, you can consider them the same nation at this point. They're just sticking together through this.
Also, somebody can vassalize Burgundy and do a nice factory conquest.
I mean, it's not. It's 4 provinces in France.
Oh,
Keep in
Maybe
mind,
GB can
Franconia and
vassalize
Switzerland
Burgundy.
blocked already.
yeah. Maybe Britain takes Burgundy and does a reconquest against Franconia.
Yeah, like
Until you get
France and
10
Britain
enforced
definitely
pieces.
both need friends. I think we can go over to Britain and see how they are doing. I think they were
Yes.
close to
Also
bankruptcy
going
too.
bankrupt.
Yes.
Yes.
They had a rubric, but paying off Sweden's debt.
Yeah, we will just give me that debt back. That's fine.
Didn't he paid off 2 debts?
I only know of my own because I didn't know he was going bankrupt. He was like, "Hey, can I pay off your loans?" I was, "Yeah, sure, go ahead."
If you're an assist.
GB has always money, right?
Yeah, like I just thought that GP. I mean, it didn't even have that much debt. It was like 1.5k. So it's not like, oh my god, he saved Sweden's ass. No, he just paid off a few loans. It would have been a little bit annoying. But just give them back through safe edits. Then Great Britain just still going bankrupt. Doesn't really change much about that. He probably needs to go bankrupt soon too because of the outrunning truce.
He has already.
I mean, look how much money he has.
Oh, yeah. They want to wait till the plantation finish in Cuba, but that won't happen because it's in 73 and the truce is up in 75. And you can't stop.
I think they're just going to lose again to Franconia and Switzerland. Even without the bankruptcy, they would have lost. Yeah. And now they have a free time at the beginning of the war to just take a few votes.
What's the situation between them and the New World then for the future? Because they did win a war here, conquering Gibraltar, Malaga, and like all this land.
I mean, let's rephrase it like they didn't really win, but they didn't really lose either.
I mean, they took land in the war, so they technically would call them the winners here. And also they repelled a sunset invasion into Britain. I would call that...
sunset invasion.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah. I mean, it was a nice war to watch. Just the question is, what's going to happen now? Are you going to attack them again to take this land back?
I'll try and do some diplomacy and get the stuff back. Because honestly, they have much bigger problems than us.
That's very true. That's very true.
For example, like Aztecs getting Iberia, and in trade-off, like him helping against the Germans. That could be a deal. Just spitting out ideas.
Yeah, that definitely could be a deal.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be a good idea for France, because otherwise you're dying on this front.
I'm sure France doesn't want to fight the New World anymore now that the Germans attacked.
A little issue that Great Britain and France have is that France basically can't ally anyone anymore because of Great Britain. He just fills up all the alliance slots because of Cuba. So it might actually be an idea to just release Cuba at this point, because it fucks you over in Europe. If France can't ally anyone but Great Britain, that's not a competent enough ally to be your only ally.
There's still a question about like if Cuba will be played as a player.
I mean, that would be the best situation for him if Cuba just doesn't return. Okay, other than that...
You don't kick players from the nations.
No, but like, there was no player on it. Like,
wasn't it Carpenter?
Yes, but
it was Sognus and then Carpenter.
Only Sognus and Carpenter, and like both said that. As far as I understood it, I don't really want to play Cuba because Cuba is absolutely shit.
I mean, also there's a difference between kicking someone off the nation and making the nation unviable. So like, it just makes sense for someone on Cuba to leave if Britain says, I can't keep you as a colonial nation if you stay.
Because let's be real, if Cuba is free, they won't survive.
Yeah, so I mean, Britain can decide to kick the player off there, basically.
Honestly,
such aggressive natives.
Looking at it, there's a chance that Franconia could 1v2 France and England.
Yeah, as I said, Franconia...
Let's go to Franconia.
Yeah,
I'm looking at them now. They have nearly 200 force limits.
You'd really underestimate Franconia, but he's in the club of the strongest nations. He's comparable to strength of Persia in this. So, like, you really shouldn't underestimate what this Franconia can do. He just doesn't look as strong as he is.
How much did he have?
A lot.
It's mostly dead already, except for a few provinces.
It's most on 30.
Yeah.
Nice.
And a little bit on like 20, which we just conquered.
Yeah.
Like, again, he's really easy to underestimate, but Franconia has crazy good ideas from Rothenburg.
The important thing is, like, he built all of the regiment camps already.
But his manpower isn't that high, right?
Yeah, it's 1.5k. 150, sorry.
His manpower isn't that great, but still, especially if they're bankrupt, you could just punch through France in half a year, I think. With that amount of force.
Also gains another idea group, like, as soon as he wants to.
Yeah, like...
True,
but France is no force, really.
I mean, religious is a military one.
Actually,
15% more of armies.
Actually, looking at this, I think Westphalia and Prussia should be a bit worried about Franconia here, because, like, is he only ever going to be the snake that goes from Bohemia to France, or is he going to look for other expansion options?
Maybe he'll form France.
I guess he could form France, yeah.
I will ask this question, like, semi-seriously. Has France better ideas than Rothenburg?
I don't think so.
I think they do.
They have 10% MMR, right?
10%
yeah, but they have construction cost, land force limit modifier, yearly Republican tradition.
Yeah, Rothenburg ideas are very, very good.
I think French are better. They have 10% more morale, 10% tech costs, 10% more manpower.
Yeah, but it's not a decision that you instantly go, oh yeah, I need to do this. It's you can.
And in age, next, also except ideas, you get the missions, which have some nice stuff. And in the next age, you have the age ability.
I mean, I guess you could be forming France. I just don't know, like, what do you need to form France?
Mainly needs France to not exist.
Yeah, he needs like 6 provinces, being the French culture group, and France doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay, and forming France could be viable.
Anyway, he doesn't need that. But look, if he takes the fort in Auxerre, if he just assaults it day one, he can take all of France essentially in 2 months.
Yeah, Paris is open, which is never a good sign for France.
France has no fort line. That's another issue.
Yeah, his only 2 forts are Anjou and Auxerre, and then he has stuff in the south which won't help him at all.
I guess that was France's first fort line before it fell.
Oh yeah.
This looks like something France
Nope.
would have. Actually, no French cores on here, so
Only the Herzogenpaar fort below Reims.
so that didn't even used to be a fort line here.
Only 1 fort.
Yeah.
Guys, build your forts. Very important.
Yeah, I mean, France is a shitty region for forts if you don't have this land.
Yeah, that's true. Like northern France is really hard to defend.
I mean, not if you manage to kill Burgundy off. Then you have good forest forts to protect yourself. Except for maybe northern Belgium, but...
I just realized he has 26 AP. Franconia.
Yeah.
And he gains how much per click?
36k.
36k. Oh, hurts.
Again, I don't think it matters. Manpower, France won't last
army
long enough
professionalism.
for manpower to become relevant. Franconia just punches through him in a few months.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we just check out the second nation that would be in a war against France here. That would be Switzerland. Actually, Switzerland has a bit of that. Maybe probably from embracing the institution.
Did he do his missions? The good ones? No, he hasn't. He hasn't completed
He needs
the
to build forts.
Okay,
And
so
Austria must not exist.
does Austria exist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, where's Austria? Oh,
Poland.
oh yeah.
Poland.
I didn't exactly look to Poland to find Austria.
And he needs to kill Tyrol and Styria,
Styria, yeah.
so that the Habsburg cease to exist. And then
Okay.
he gets the 5% permanent morale.
Yearly prestige. What is it?
I mean, I'd say Switzerland is also looking very good.
Yes, he's also looking quite soon. Protestant.
His trade setup is kinda iffy. He could
Okay,
make
one thing I
some-
don't like, look at his
Great
estates. They took right of council. Why? If you're taking that, take the, what do you call it? The one that
supremacy
gives,
over the crown.
yeah, so the crown is just a better version of that.
which gives also influence to clergy and burghers with.
Yeah, and loyalty to clergy. and
Yeah.
burghers.
It makes it easier to get them to like the 60-60.
And it gives you more dads, which is also nice.
Yeah, of course, goes below.
Like, if you don't want the supremacy over the crown, you can take the general cost one, which is also very good. But don't take out of council ever.
What Switzerland could do is like finish his missions, the Habsburg ones, and then just form Austria
Is there a reason to do that?
for the meme.
Yeah, you can do that, but Austrian ideas aren't better than Swiss.
Yeah. No, they're worse, way worse.
You just keep your ideas and maybe form Austria for flavor. That's something you could do.
Yeah, for missions. Austria's good missions.
Yeah.
Somewhat good missions.
If you are finished with yours, why not get another set of missions?
Mm.
Okay, I think next nation...
Jerusalem?
Jerusalem, yeah. Actually,
That was a strange session for him.
A what?
A strange session for him.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
He has a
fighting
lot of debts.
Persia a lot.
I guess he
He,
was just bored.
He can take way more debts, but he's already taking... Like, he's not gonna pay this debt off ever.
the thing is this. He has Tuscan ideas, he had the Tuscan mission.
Yeah, this is without the burden.
So basically he has, if he wants to, an interest per annum rate by 0.25.
Yes.
So he will never go bankrupt
What's his
That's
loan
not too-
size actually?
It's,
How many loans can you take?
300 loans.
which is like 90k.
Sorry, 200 loans with 300 ducats. Other way around.
No, I can take more than 200 if he has the privilege.
Yeah, if he takes on the privilege, it's
Takes on the privilege. Like 300 loans of 300 ducats. That's 90k. It's not so much. You can burn through all of that easily.
Okay, he doesn't have any crown land. I don't know. You should probably now have crown land, right?
Yes, you should have at least 5.
he will fix it by conquering land because he's low crown land, and that gives him a massive boost to crown land. So what you ideally want to do is like sell down to 0 crown land when you before you peace out, then peace out for land, which pushes you like to per 5 dev. It's like 2.5 crown land, something around
It
that.
depends on your original dev.
Yeah,
And the
also
state
depends on
influence and absolutism. It
yeah,
depends on
and then
the
you
system.
go to like just from conquering like to like 7, 8, or 10, or even higher crown land, and then you seize, and then you suddenly it's 10, 15, whatever crown.
I mean, you could just. You don't even need that. You can just sell and seize and you stay at 5. And that's fine.
He can't seize while at war.
Yeah, but in general, you sell and seize.
Okay, so he's
Like-
capturing more land in Iberia. What's that? How does that put him with the natives? Did he make a deal?
Yeah, we made a deal originally that he gets Aragon and
Okay.
I get the Castilian part. I mean, now that France is done, I can continue probably getting the Castilian part.
I mean, once France is done, he can expand into southern France.
I just wanted to form Spain.
I mean, he can still form Spain.
I know, I will. That's the plan.
So, yeah, reduce him is very strong just because of his loan size.
Yeah, even though he can go through that easily if he goes well for force limits.
I mean, something worth saying is that the war he joined with Hungary, maybe it wasn't a good idea exactly to tell us that we can attack. I think he was a bit bored, so he told all
Yes.
of us, the Hungarian allies, that we could do it against Persia. Well, we did get a white peace in the end, but
I mean,
it's debatable if we were actually able to do that. We did get a lot of condos in the end to just not lose to Hungary.
keep in mind, like, you ruined Russia and Persia and Hungary.
But just keep in mind that I fought Russia all on my own. Like, you can basically just take Persia, take Russia and half of Timurids out of the equation because I kept them busy up north, and then that's the second war basically down here.
Was it like a Winter War 1.0?
Yeah, like at some point, I think this was where it turned around. I had scorched earth all the way from up here, and then they started
everyone's
attacking.
complaining.
They started attacking me there, and I just went in there, and they couldn't even reinforce, and they just stack wiped a lot. And then
But what you do
pushed it
is you
back
do a giant air stack of 200k and march them all in at once. That's what they should have done.
up. They
Let's
did,
go to
they did
Pope
sometimes
and
do
then-
that, but actually my army was better than theirs. So if I didn't fuck up the engagements, I usually won the battles.
Let's go to
Pope.
Pope and then finish the HRE, and then we can talk about that war.
Yeah, I mean it's better if we
Costs.
actually are in
Yeah.
there. Yeah, well,
Decent income.
I think he stopped being on fire. Like, that's the picture I had
Yeah.
last sessions I looked at this. He was burning, but now...
Oh yeah, look, it's behind still on Tech ideas.
Yeah, but like compared to the things we've previously seen on Pope,
Yeah,
this is looking very, very good. And
Also, keep in mind he has lots of mana banked up.
Yeah,
So
he'll be fine.
be able to
And he can
double
advise already soon.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
Pope is going to turn fine soon. He doesn't even he doesn't have enemies. He can just consolidate.
Give
what he has.
him 40 years and he is fine.
Yeah.
Or 30 even.
He got a better deal from Jerusalem Pope, comparing the lands.
Hmm.
In Italy at least. So.
I mean,
Yeah.
we don't talk about Naples and what Naples did. The crime against Italy.
He's getting prosperity in the south. He has it in the north already.
Very close.
I think Tunis is finally dead, so they don't raid him anymore.
Also, I want to say one more thing about Jerusalem. It was Tuscany. He has one province in Tunis, and he gets a merchant from it because it is a trade company.
Nice.
I have so much stage
so
power.
stupid. I like it. So, yeah. Pope looks good in 30 years.
Yeah.
Bavaria?
Yeah, Bavaria. Well, he was part of the war against Persia. I think with his whole army, because he was able to rent out his whole army as condos.
How?
It's very small. Or actually, maybe it got stack wiped. I don't know, but
No, maybe he has milkman power modifiers. That's what affects. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
What
see
idea
it.
groups does he have?
like, I don't know. Maybe
No,
he
that's
did-
the
Quantity equal quality.
maybe
standard.
he sent a few condos less. I can't exactly recall. Well, he definitely
Okay.
did
He's
contribute
definitely
something.
weaker than his neighbors.
Or actually, wait, didn't Hungary?
But
just
he's
used
allied
to
to
be-
Franconia and Switzerland.
Bavaria also might just have been allied to Hungary, thinking about it. Okay, I don't know. I clearly have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Multiple things are possible here. Bavaria did help, I'm pretty sure about that. He didn't tech up. Was I the only one who teched up during the war?
Perhaps.
Apparently so, like I took it ahead of time. Okay.
Tech 14 is good.
Yeah, I mean, I just
But
sort
not
of
check.
That's tactics. No.
Combat with and infantry fire.
Also, the better forts were a big deal for me because I needed to control mine off. Yeah, I mean, Bavaria, idea-wise, is looking good. He'll unlock his 4th idea soon. Do some meta shit with that, I'd imagine. He also already embraced the institution, so he can just tech up as soon as he has the points.
True.
Yeah, I mean, he still doesn't have much land to expand into. Actually, he owns Tyrol. Okay.
Yeah. But not at Goldman.
Yeah, he doesn't own
That's-
Tyrol, but he owns Tyrol. You
What's
could
the
probably
deal
also...
actually with Bohemia there? Bohemia's...
That's
Oh,
a
it's
vessel
a
of...
vessel.
Yeah, it's
Prussia.
a vessel of Prussia. I mean, he can get those 2 cities. He can integrate this. He might be able to get Graz and Scilly. And maybe Venice to get a coast or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bit of land to still expand into for him.
Also, like he has great land to death. Keep that in mind.
Actually,
Yeah,
also
Bavaria
Tyrol
stayed,
made
right?
Tyrol also made claims on Scilly and Styria, so I don't really see a reason not to instantly just attack Scilly and or Styria.
What about the AE?
What would he have AE from and with him? Like, I mean,
That's not a lot of the.
I mean, there is AE with people, but everyone can join the coalition already, so you don't really care.
How?
The only nation who doesn't have lots of AE is Switzerland.
But I mean, we do have requests to edit away a bit of AE from the HRE.
I mean, it is reasonable in the HRE.
Yeah, it is, because like maybe Prussia and Bavaria would want to be able to ally, and they just permanently aren't because of AE modifiers. Unlawful territory and AE just, you will never be able to ally, no matter what you do, and that's not really a thing you want in an MP game.
Who's the current emperor, actually?
Castile.
Yep.
He is the only eligible one.
We were
Okay,
really
because
close
he's the
to
Catholic.
we were really close
Austria
to getting
is-
silly, but sadly that didn't work.
Austria is as a female
Nice.
ruler, and Silly has. Is he Catholic? Nope, he's Protestant.
Yeah.
They all went Protestant.
Yeah, he used to be elected for a while as
Jerusalem could become the emperor. I just realized.
if he joined.
Oh,
the
that's the
HRE.
monarchy now.
Oh, actually, no, he doesn't need to be an HRE.
You don't need to join the HRE.
So we just wait for the League War.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Westphalia?
And we all joined to get the
Westphalia.
nice mod.
Okay, now we have a lot more troops to look at.
Westphalia is pretty strong.
Oh.
200k max manpower. Yeah. Good generals as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking very good. He can
Up
take
to
his
date
next
tech.
idea group, invest into something.
He has a 5% morale mission he can take.
And then another 5% from Face Bastion.
From Lord's army? How much is it?
5.
5.
And another 5 from Defender of Faith from Face Bastion.
So he's a bit weaker than Franconia, basically.
Yeah, he's quite comparable to Franconia. Like, he's on the very verge of getting 1 tier higher in the ranking, and that's where Franconia is located. Like, that's comparable. But he's out of expansion room.
Not really. We can take the Netherlands, probably.
Yeah, but like,
Netherlands.
with the Netherlands, it's just a question, is Britain going to care? He could just say, oh no, I'm an island. Do what you want.
First of all, we still can be sea land by people with the worst navy than Westphalia, probably. And second of all,
You know how to meme, so
yeah, that's true. We just came with 12 transports, and we didn't notice.
The
Yeah,
moment you land, then you can just spawn like 60k mercs.
Yes, you were so funny.
Yeah, but I mean, Westphalia has a bit of a problem with that because he only has one port, right? So if Britain is somewhat sensible in what he's doing in a war against Westphalia, he should be able to prohibit anything like that happening.
No, like that's why you do it first. Like move your
Yeah.
navy out and then land at the.
Transports to
I
the
mean, you
north.
could try, but then again, the British troops aren't that shit. Like, usually if you're landed with good enough troops in Britain, you're done. But, like, Britain has military ideas. He's not just going to get steamrolled over if you have a competent army there.
He had to take military ideas because he got steamrolled by natives.
Yes,
in
but
the
now he has
First
them.
War.
So it's not easily going to happen again. You do need to land a significant enough army to be able to do this. But I think Britain should
No,
maybe
look, please
consider...
land 1K and hire all the mercs.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, Britain kind of needs to consider building forts, I'd say.
Yeah,
It
but he
can't-
has no money now, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
bit-
it's a bit weird for Britain not to have money, but I guess that's the case.
No, he is going bankrupt.
Yeah, I
He
know.
can't build it now. So, like after the bankruptcy is over, he's making like 80 ducats a month, or like 100 ducats a month.
Yeah,
And
just,
then
he,
it
just
just
needs to,
wait.
he just needs to divide his land up a bit so no one can just steamroll
Yeah.
all the way to London after landing in Great Britain.
Or like get a fort on either side of Ireland.
Yeah, that's
Just
also
straight
important
crossing.
because otherwise you might end up losing control of any side there. Okay,
like Silent did.
Yes,
Lübeck,
exactly.
okay, Lübeck.
The
the
rich-
money boy.
Indeed, the money boy. He's sitting on a lot of money. He's one of the only reformed nations, which makes sense as a trader, I guess. Yeah, I mean, he can't build anything, so he's now starting to give a lot of money away. He's also divvying up his land like crazy.
I mean, it's not hard to dev up your land when you have 10 provinces.
Like seriously, he should get the Shelland from you
But I like Shelland.
because he has a mission for it,
Yeah, I know.
You,
and it gives him like crazy trade power.
Yeah,
And
I did consider doing it at some point, but
like you just need like to. He needs to control it and not even have a core on it. Like just
he just needs to
It-
own it for a second, right?
yeah,
yeah.
So I guess I could just let him take it in a fake war, and then
yeah, sell it
That's-
back.
yeah, that's-
Fake walkmans.
Yeah, but it's not a fake war. I was just so afraid of Lübeck that I instantly surrendered. Shelland.
You're so afraid of Prussia. Cough, cough. Your ally.
Am I still allied to Prussia? Actually,
Yeah.
I am. Oh, that's surprising. Okay. Yeah, well, Lübeck, you can't say too much about Lübeck. He's drowning in money and giving it to people to fight wars elsewhere that don't really affect him.
He's not actually downing the money, considering he's giving so much away.
Yeah, he has no quality ideas, so we're missing out on our 20%. He has.
Oh, what's when he takes trade?
Yeah, he has.
Tech.
He needs deep tech. He has traded this already.
Yeah, when he takes the next step tech.
Yeah, it's like just finishing his idea group and the taking deep tech is giving another 40% trade efficiency.
Yeah,
So this is now like, I guess, 30 ducats.
Also, I think Lübeck is still the most valuable node in the world.
it is a bit more than English channel.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see if he's going to be able to carry that onto 1600. I mean, we did
yeah.
try to spawn global trade in 1550 by everyone diverting trade to Lübeck, but then we realized that was a bit too early. So maybe we're going to be able to do it in 1600 too.
Nice.
Like, but everyone was in on it. That's the crazy thing. Like Sweden, Prussia, and Westphalia, we were all so committed on the idea of spawning global trade.
That's why the Lübeck trade node was at suddenly like for 1 year or so at 100 ducats.
Yeah.
Because I was looking over when I'm fighting England, I was like, yeah, the English channel is like 50 ducats, kind of low, and then Lübeck 100 ducats. What?
Big down.
That explains it.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
we should
we aren't the
go
most
maritime
intelligent
and
people
just
sometimes.
Put a million trade ships there.
Okay, I think we can go over to Prussia from there. True,
Yeah.
it's just trading after all.
Prussia, Sweden.
has still like one loan. Already embraced the institution.
Can he get militarism?
He has sticking
Yes,
militarism
it's actually taking up. Ooh.
Damn.
because he has
I would have gone out, I think.
the government capacity stuff from the
Mhm.
clergy and from
Yeah.
all of his estates.
I
So
think
that's
he
why
should have
it's
gone
not-
out ideas, though.
Yeah. He should go admin ideas. It's 25%. It's so insane for him.
And the loans is nice, and they have a manpower cavalry policy as well.
Going for innovative ideas.
Mm.
When does he get the next 17? So far away.
Yeah. I mean, they could build courthouses until then, I guess. Did they build any?
I mean, still obviously
No,
Prussia.
Russians built any.
Prussia is always a force to reckon with. His troops are
Okay, another
insanely good.
He has like 20 of land that's coastal. Oh, I see, he built state houses. So that's... You should build just courthouses, not state.
Yeah.
Because state houses replace manufacturers. And
You need
20
town
div-
halls. That's what you want.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
20 div farmers have an extra building slot anyway. So as Prussia, you should just build courthouses.
Us with tier 3 center of trade. Like, you see
Oh
also
yeah, closer
another-
to that, then just build them everywhere.
Yeah.
That's all of them.
But yeah, Prussia's strong.
Sweden.
Yeah, should we go Sweden? Sure.
Played to buy our very own Bluark.
Yeah. Well, I was fighting a huge ass war, so I just got out of that.
Yeah.
So if anything's wrong, I'll say that's the...
Costly trade embargoes.
Yeah, but I don't think they're actually costly. It's Great Britain, and
It costs you 5% trade efficiency.
I mean, for obvious reasons, I want to get Great Britain out of my node.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, my trade setup is a bit scuffed anyways. I'm collecting in the Baltic Sea because I don't really have a trade deal with Lübeck. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, get a trade deal with Lübeck.
and I need
Yeah,
I'd have to
with
ally
Lübeck.
him. And with Courland costing one slot already, I can't really spend another one on Lübeck. So,
It's a bit of a waste taking trade ideas when you're getting trade money from Lübeck anyway.
yeah, I mean, I didn't invest in it yet. I just had to click something in the
Oh,
wall
yeah,
to get rid
that's-
of the pop-up. So,
I like that your country is no longer a burning pile of garbage.
yeah, it's
Like
actually...
you're up in tech, you just have full ideas, so I'm pleasantly surprised. You can see Slant again.
Yeah, I mean, it really stopped being a burning pile of garbage after the first session. And I mean, at this point, I'm able to 1v1 Russia very comfortably, I would say. So, yeah, it's looking decently enough. Like, when Russia was on his own, I definitely won all the battles. I fought him two
Also-
times in Petersburg at the beginning of the war. That was very easy to win. So, yeah.
Please fix your PP. You're losing more.
Yes. Embargo all your rivals.
Yeah,
Send insults. Send one ship to privateer people.
that's...
Yeah, just send the one light ship or 3
Yeah.
light ships. Gives you 10 PP. It's insane.
One sad thing I might have to do is get rid of Courland as a vassal, like release him into independence.
No.
Because people didn't vote on the thing, and it doesn't make sense to have Courland. Like, he doesn't add any strength to me, but he pushes me up into tier 1 in terms of alliance rules. And I just can't be in tier 1 when I'm the weakest person in tier 3. That doesn't work out, so I might have to just get rid of Courland.
Just
Let
integrate
the
him.
meme live, Bluark. Let the meme live.
Yeah, but if the meme kills me, I can't let the meme live.
That's part of the meme.
Yes.
Also, it kills my allies, because like I'm costing more because of this. And if you spend 3 slots on allying Sweden, you're a bit stupid.
Did you put him in LMAO slot?
The-
0.5.
That's another discussion, but you mods aren't answering me if we are going to reduce Courland's cost again.
Again.
Maybe we shouldn't discuss it in an admin cast.
Yes,
then.
we shouldn't, but I asked 3 times, and you should fucking answer at some point. Okay.
Mod abuse. Mod abuse.
Yeah, I think the Sweden is just fine. I now have a lot of forts up in the north, so like
I like that you're actually upgrading your forts.
I mean, I had to. I did during the war.
Yes, the check, right?
No,
Yeah.
like he's currently building them, upgrading them.
Am I
Yeah.
currently?
You're currently upgrading, building 1 fort and upgrading 2 forts.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nice.
I mean, just invading
Updating
Sweden is a
your
pain in the ass. It's basically impossible to conquer at this point unless you bring a huge ass army through Finland. Like no one is.
Or you
really-
get near with superiority and
Yeah, but that's not going to be exactly easy, is it? Like, I mean, Lübeck is friendly to me, and Great Britain is friendly to me. So
I'll give you one tip. Like you have 12 galleys and 9 transports. take two galleys and park them permanently in Sheeland, or
that is
either
true.
side of the coast.
That is
So
true.
just when they get the naval superiority and you can't move your navy anymore, and he starts to move troops in, you still have 2 suicide boats to cut
More
off
than 2,
reinforcements.
like 10.
Yeah, I mean, I could just, like, this navy really doesn't have to be here. So I could just bring it over to Sheeland. Also, it should be bigger, maybe. I could be building a few naval force limit buildings and just make
No,
it bigger.
don't do that.
If I have the money, like, it happens with the allies that I have, that sometimes a lot of money turns up at my doorstep. And then I
Yeah,
can build
but
stuff with
you
it.
want
Building
instant
stuff.
building slots is the issue.
Yeah.
By building the naval stuff, you don't get the military stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And you want the military stuff because your manpower is low.
You could do it if you have grasslands.
I mean, it's
or
not
flatlands,
that low.
Plus 1 building slot.
You have a low force limit.
Oh yeah, the force limit is low. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
your manpower is also low. Like, you have a little bit more manpower than Bavaria. Bavaria's like
Yeah, well,
82.
I like to compare myself to the nations I'm fighting, and if Russia with his quality has just twice my manpower, I'm fine.
You are aware that Russia is like
Did Russia actually recover? Because last week he was burning.
No.
That
let's go
was,
to Russia.
I think,
Bankrupts. Just 1 bankrupt.
like, the big burning he did was 2 weeks ago, I think. Oh, no, it was,
No, last week.
was last week.
It was even both weeks, if we're
Okay,
honest.
so he has 2 looming disasters coming up.
Mine
But
is
it's really good. He can actually get the internal conflicts,
Yeah.
and then he doesn't get the time of travels, and then he breaks 2 rebels and regains strength.
The time of travels is a horrible disaster for Russia. You never want to have it.
Yeah, so he
Just-
doesn't have any manpower left from the war. He's also... Is he bankrupt currently? Yeah.
Yes,
what's his income?
50 ducats.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, also he doesn't have any forts. That's maybe something to point out. When I pushed into St. Petersburg, I was able to get down to Persia.
He has some forts, but like
Yeah, but those forts don't matter. He got Moscow and Latvia.
he also deleted forts.
God.
Yeah, like...
Guys, don't delete forts.
And
For crying out loud.
But
If your income is 50, and you're as big as Russia, so you need a lot of force, it's kind of...
yes.
Can you show me the state edict memo? Does he have edicts on all the?
Oh, yeah, Russia has a lot of edicts.
Because he's paying 11 ducats.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the main-
Same, by the way, look at also Sweden. You have a lot of edicts right now.
Yeah, I think all the defensive ones in the north, right?
All the defensive ones aren't necessary. All the dev edicts
Yeah, I
aren't
know, I know.
necessary.
Like, the
protect
war
trade
really
outside
didn't
of
end that long ago.
capital
Like,
without-
the war ended and maybe a year before the session ends, so I didn't come around to fixing what I did during...
It's like 3 ducats.
But I should get rid also the development thing. Yeah, makes sense.
3-4 ducats. That's money.
So yeah, Russia is very wonky.
Just 1 bankrupt.
Yeah, also Russia's situation will be interesting next session because he's going to have to break with one of his allies because Persia and
It's
Timur.
only allied to Persia.
Oh yeah, but okay, that's true. But Persia will have to break with one of his allies. That's something that is true. He won't be able to have both. Actually, he might be able to have both Timurids and Russia. Something
None of them
changed.
are overly strong.
No, Persia's upper middle field.
Like, the biggest issue with Russia is he has no buildings at all.
Yeah,
He's missing production buildings. He doesn't have any manufacturers, the high level ones. Like, if he could just do a bankruptcy build or like get 10k ducats from somewhere, like he
Yeah.
can't do it, of course, but he needs like 10k or 15k ducats just to get to a decent spot. He also doesn't have control over the steppes yet because Kazan is still alive for whatever reason.
Does he have the modifiers on? No. Does he have the herding rights?
Nope. You still need please, Cossacks exploration expedition. It gives you dev cost reduction, all the steppe provinces, and the bugged one prime herding rights. It says it gives you 25% manpower, but in reality, it's 100% manpower.
Oh, he popped the mission for the 665 general.
Yeah. They needed it in the war.
It kind of needs to just sit for a session and do nothing.
Did he build force limit buildings?
A few.
I mean, he is partial.
Not many.
He's like 10 of them, 11.
Barracks, the other
Yeah.
one.
There's like 10 force limit buildings near
You
the
looked at
Urals.
the manpower buildings.
In Perm.
Perm.
No, there's still the manpower building
That's the barracks, and 2 left of that.
to the right.
Oh,
Yeah,
you mean the
which
force
is-
limit buildings? You did.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
saying
a few.
manpower buildings, so I
No,
just
no.
kept
Yeah.
looking at the same thing.
Because you kept clicking on the manpower building.
Okay, so we just communicated.
Yeah, you
away.
built a few.
Uh,
Yeah. But I can tell you, I don't think he brings those 260k to the table when he's actually fighting.
he can't.
mean,
He
with
doesn't
his-
have
Yes,
the
fifty
With his
and-
manpower, it doesn't make sense. But like, I don't think he should be building more manpower buildings at the moment.
No, it should
First,
be
he needs to
3
build
more
money,
lines.
money, and after building money, then manpower, and then force limit.
Yeah.
If you have a force limit of like 400, but like don't have enough troops to fill it, then you're reliant on mercs. And mercs in this match are very wonky. So
Yeah.
don't really want to use them. So it's agony. So money. You need money, sir.
Also, I hope he has a deal with Manchu that he isn't eating the steps from Kazan.
don't
I'm
know.
looking at Manchu's games. Okay. Pressure?
Hungary's
Or-
first.
Hungary.
Yeah. I forgot about that poor fella.
Well, I mean,
So,
he did-
please
He's
enlighten
going
us.
back soon.
What happened here?
he did pull out a white piece out of this, but obviously we underestimated Persia a bit. Like at the beginning of the war, we had Jerusalem and Hungary fighting Persia, and well, they weren't able to beat Persia. They lost most battles. They weren't really steamrolled, but they were on the back foot for most of the war. And I think at some point we got the condos. First we had Switzerland condos. They went up helping me first because I was getting pushed back to the direction of Stockholm because I fucked up one engagement with my cannons. Yeah, that was very stupid. And then, like, when everyone came around over to Pest, we did win one battle in Pest, I think. And at that point, Persia offered us white peace because Russia was getting close to bankruptcy and Persia was also getting close to bankruptcy. So, I mean, we might have been able to keep pushing because we had Lübeck on our side as a money tank. But yeah, it wasn't exactly winning. We were just lucky enough to have people in Europe help us. Because, like, I mean, the land that Hungary lost kind of makes people sympathize with him because, like, he got attacked without any allies by Persia after Austria fucked his nation over and left the campaign.
Yes.
So people kind of felt like we now need to help Hungary because it's a bit rude to just die because someone else let you sit in the rain.
So basically, Europe is a hackbox.
Yes, Europe is a filthy.
Well, not really.
Yes, essentially all of Central Europe, from Italy to Hungary to Sweden to Germany, is handboxing. Essentially.
Mended by one Austrian player.
Shame.
Not
Shame.
No, I wouldn't let it stand like that. There are different factions in Europe. They just don't hate each other, so they tend to help each other from time to time. But they,
Sounds awfully like a hackbox.
yeah, but like Hungary has nothing to
They're
do.
just cuddling.
Hungary has nothing to do with like Franconia or Westphalia or Prussia for that matter. Hungary just got help from Switzerland and Bavaria. So,
And Sweden and Jerusalem.
well, I'm allied
And
to them.
Lübeck.
So, like, obviously,
And Lübeck.
I'm a friend of Hungary, but I was the first friend Hungary ever had after Austria. I tried to enforce in the first war, but I was like a month too late to enforce peace against Persia
Also-
in that war.
Bluark, about Sweden. I see that you're drilling your units. Don't.
Actually, the manpower I got from that was very helpful.
Yeah, but
It costs a
so
lot
much.
of money.
Like,
Yeah.
it's more efficient to hire a higher level mill advisor and just with that extra money generate like every 50 months, hire generals and then select them via this than to drill.
Oh, actually,
Drilling
thinking
is-
about that makes sense. Yeah, I should probably stop drilling.
Yeah.
I mean, his force limit is 100, so he could still drill.
Yeah,
Maybe. I still
Oh,
doubt it. Like,
is
you
your
have cannons
force
as well.
limit low?
I didn't
He
build
has
any
100
force limit
force limit.
buildings, I think.
Oh yeah, then
Do whatever you want. Doesn't matter too much.
I don't think force limit buildings would really make sense at this point with the manpower, because like
we'll build manpower stuff first.
Also, you still have to get money.
Dev first.
Money.
Yeah, like I'm now ready to dev. The thing is, before the war started, I finally finished eco ideas, so I got my dev bonuses, and then the fucking war started, and I spent all my mill points on barraging forts and shit.
I still don't have eco ideas.
Okay, yeah. So Hungary, I think Hungary is close to bankruptcy. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously after the war, and I think he negotiated a peace deal with Persia that they now have like 50 years of truce between them.
Oh no.
Which
They're gonna enter again in 50 years.
doesn't really help Hungary, I guess.
I did, like, Persia first asked me for the deal and I said no, but apparently Hungary said yes. So
Which deal?
50 years of peace between Hungary and
50.
Persia.
Like, Persian land doesn't scale very well. So...
Yeah, will be interesting to see what Persia does.
Persia's free real estate in Russia.
No,
If you want
They are
to.
allies.
But he has to break with somebody of his allies.
I mean, if Persia breaks with Russia and actually goes for Russia, though, he would just give
Persia
me
breaks with
a lot of
Timurids.
good land.
he should do the opposite. He should break with Timurids and go for them. If anything. I'm so rebellious, but...
Yeah, like
I
think it would be a bad idea to break with Russia, because if you take this land from Russia, I take this land, and that makes me stronger than this land makes you.
And then Manchu takes the rest.
Unlikely, yes. Okay, is it enough Hungary? Or
Yeah,
I can't tell you too much about this war. It was just
Hungary
a
is
back
like
and
the
We're
biggest
ready to
problem
waste
is he could go for a bankruptcy build, but he doesn't have
No,
the
he doesn't
time
have
for it.
any money left.
Yeah. So just try to get to a free step.
Oh yeah, actually, like one thing I can say about the war is why this war actually happened is because Russia vassalized Poland here, which is very offensive against Hungary. Hungary wanted to form Poland, he just denied that, and yeah.
Yes.
Also, you took land in the middle of Hungary, basically. So, the original idea was attacking Russia, which would have been better, but our logic was the Timurids would enforce peace anyway. So,
Bluark,
Yep.
go to the devastation map mode and look at Eastern Europe. Let's scroll out.
But that's from the bankruptcies.
Yes, but
yeah, that's the
scroll it.
bankruptcies. I mean, but I think Finland shows better what's happened here. Yeah, that's a lot of occupation.
You might want to stop in Finland.
Actually, you can tell very well how far they got into my land. Like, this is the maximum extent they ever reached.
Yes.
But I mean, look at Germany. Since they have Hungary as the front, they can enjoy prosperity.
But it's still fake news that Germany would just all supporting Hungary. Only
They're all Hungarians.
Switzerland
all of
sent
Central-
one condo stack. Bavaria helped, and other than that, only Lübeck sent money and condos
All of
to me.
Greater Central Europe
And Jerusalem.
House.
Jerusalem is not in Germany. What do you mean?
He is in Middle Europe.
But like
Central Europe.
the biggest
He
part
belongs
of
to that block.
the biggest part of Germany is Westphalia, Prussia, Franconia. Those are by far the strongest nations, and they were not involved in at
Yeah,
all. with
they
Hungary.
are helping each other.
Yeah, they're helping each other, but they aren't helping anyone around them. So it's
Hagbo.
it's not
But Lübeck
fair
has
to call all of this a hack box. There are hack
box.
boxes inside this pile of nations, but not the entire pile is a hack box.
Yeah, and
The-
God is fierce with the others.
Yes.
Anyways,
Persia, please cancel military excesses. You're
Speaking of
losing.
hack boxes, Rum, Persia,
And
Timurids, what
also-
is this?
I'm not allied to him.
Yeah, but you're helping him.
Where did I help him?
He
Do
even
you see my troops in his lands?
you threatened
Do
to
you
send
see-
condos against us.
I didn't send condos.
You threatened to do so in a war
I
against
couldn't,
this
because
Hungary.
he was-
Could we just
Oh my god.
Could we just-
stop talking about this?
Okay. Well, Persia is bankrupt right now, right?
Yeah,
Yes. He just occurred, it seems.
he
1 year ago.
Actually,
Yes.
I mean, this was
Four and a bit more years.
given that this was a white peace. This is going to be like it might escalate
Right.
again in some other front. Like, I mean, these two have peace, but I never accepted any peace up here. So we'll see.
Do you want to go alone against Russia, Persia?
I'm not alone.
He has his German hackbooks.
Yeah, I can bring the German hackbox.
He is coolant. Mighty coolant.
Yeah, I have Kurland. He hackboxes with me. That's true.
Yes, that's a legal hackbox.
But you want to drop him.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Okay,
Persia.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's just a war-torn nation. What to say about him? He's going to have weapons.
I mean, he's a
strong.
bit behind in tech, but that's not too bad because it's just gone bankrupt. He's going for trade ideas, which is correct. He doesn't have. He needs to build up a lot, which seems to be a common theme.
I mean, he's the
I
fourth.
mean, I know
He's the
religious-
fourth strongest nation in the world, so he's not doing too shabby.
Oh, yeah, he has lots of manpower building already. Like, look at the, not the manpower, the land force limit buildings. The regiment.
Yeah, those he has.
He has all of
Everybody
them.
hinting with the force and buildings.
They like the initial punch.
250. Force
But
limit.
everybody's manpower. Low.
I mean,
Yep.
they can't support it in a long war, and
Yeah.
force limit helps as an economic
Yeah.
modifier.
Timurids?
Yeah, there it's. He helped a bit in the war in the west here, but not with full commitment, obviously, given that he has own problems to take care of.
Yeah.
Actually,
He
did
can
he
take
delete
another
half
for-
his army after the war? Because he had more than this in
Look
Finland.
at his economy, I guess. His loan.
Good generals, which is nice.
3 loans.
I mean, he wants to break to the Pretender Rivers.
Yeah, but where are his troops?
Oh, yeah. He should.
He deleted like a.
He has around
Yeah.
80k now
But why did he
So-
delete half his troops?
because he's not fighting anymore.
Because he has
What's
no
the
manpower.
force limit?
His force limit is
163.
163. He has no manpower. Like,
Oh.
breaking to the Pretender Rivers is quite good because then he gets another 37k stack. It's
And he gets a
13K.
546 ruler.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I can see the point of breaking to them.
But he needs to actually break if he wants
Yeah.
the ruler, not just let them enforce.
Wait, okay.
Actually, one question for Sweden again. What would you suggest as the fourth idea group here? If it's not
Religious.
trade. I guess,
Religious,
I guess
or,
religious makes sense.
if you want to.
Religious, innovative ideas, admin ideas,
No, not
or
that.
trade.
Admin doesn't compete as well.
Admin,
I like trade.
Yeah, but Sweden has a trade deal with Lübeck anyway.
I
so-
don't have a trade deal. I can't have a trade deal.
Doesn't. He can't.
So, like, he's getting subsidies, and he gets all the trade. Okay, this looks like a trade.
No, I'm just shit at trading, and Lübeck is giving me money, but I can't
okay,
make an
so-
actual trade deal. I'm not.
Okay, so
I'm not
make a
actually
deal to
giving
be-
him my trade, and I upgraded trade centers,
Yeah, yeah.
and I have trade
So-
ships protecting shit. I just
Okay, why
suck
don't
at
we
doing this.
Make a deal to be shit at trading, and he gives you trade money, and then you go religious.
Which is a cheesy way of
Yeah, but,
saying
like-
you don't have a trade deal.
Well,
I know.
I'm trying my best to not make it cheesy. Like I think you can tell from me having trade edicts and having like trade centers upgraded. Like I didn't intend to be this shit at trading.
Okay. But you can do
Give-
trade if
give-
you want. But
and return it. And he pays you like 2k for it.
Okay, well, Timurids itself looking okay. No, not really okay.
No, they
Not-
look not okay. They are
they
not
haven't
okay.
devved, first of all.
Also, Bengal is Bengal losing? I can't quite tell.
Unclear.
No, let's talk about it later.
Yeah, let's just go to Punjab and talk about the war we're seeing here.
Timurids is rough, but yeah.
Okay,
it's
Punjab
time,
has positive war score, but it's all from Borgo, so it's meaningless.
The important part about Punjab, about that was, that is a truce break from Bengal.
Yeah.
So he that's why Timurids couldn't join the war, even though he's excellent, because he still had a truce, so he can't call them in. Khmer joined after his truce ran out. Now it's basically Bengal and Khmer against the Indians. I looked at this war after the session because I
Yeah.
was curious.
Khmer was
The-
bankrupt in a second.
The TLDR's member Mewar goes bankrupt soon. He doesn't have the money to support it. Punjab is rough off because Punjab itself has lots of loans already and has manpower issue, and they have to run on mercs. Vicheche is also kind of rough, and then you have Bengal who just prints money. So
That's not really true, by the way. Bengal is also how far in debt?
50%.
Yeah, Bengal is like 45, let's say, in reality, because you can take the burger thing.
Actually, one question: if Mewar isn't actually fighting anymore, why isn't he going bankrupt now?
Maybe he's waiting to stab up to 3.
Maybe he wants 100% inflation.
Oh, Bengal is making a bit of a mistake.
mean?
He should go in with the. Oh, he's doing it.
Yeah.
I guess 6 generals should put them in the battle.
So, like, as Mewar, if like it's the same thing as we did as natives against Great Britain, because I, as Yokotan, had to go bankrupt the Wild War. In the meantime, Aztecs defended me, and when I was out of bankruptcy, I committed again. Like,
Yes.
if you can do that as Mewar, like, go for it.
I mean, but what doesn't
I don't
make
think the war will last another 5 years.
doesn't make sense to me is sitting your army at full maintenance and just not going bankrupt.
Yes. I don't know what he's doing now.
So here's like another, was it like 20 months till go bankrupt, like 2 years?
Like, he should either be helping them in the battle over there or go bankrupt, from what I can tell here.
But the
I
battle
think-
is well far away by now.
It's that reinforcements still.
Like, this battle is probably going to be lost here for the Punjab side, I think. With the amount of Bengal troops still coming, this doesn't really seem...
I think Bengal will win this war.
Mewar needs like another 15 months to get with the step cost guy to get to step 3 and then go bankrupt. But that's so long, and he has to go bankrupt. Like Bengal,
Khmer still has
Mewar,
manpower
sorry.
as well.
Flip out of the net maintenance guy. Don't pay for your troops. Get the level 3 step cost guy.
But
You
is
get-
he even going to be able to stay out of bankruptcy this long?
Yes, he is. Worst case, he takes 1 click of DPS currency. That's the worst case scenario. He
Okay.
can make it till he gets enough admin for the step, and then you just go bankrupt because you can't fight. You have to go bankrupt. If you go bankrupt sooner, you're soon out of it and can potentially help your allies. So
Yeah.
Potentially, though I think Khmer and Bengal will win this before the 4 years.
yeah.
I mean, after this war, Bengal can't ally Khmer because
Or
of the new
Timurids.
alliance routes. The
Right.
Vijay Mewar Punjab alliance can still be. So
Yeah, then Bengal.
But I mean,
Is it-
Bengal kind of needs to take his shot now while he's still in the war with Khmer.
But Bengal can fire his war score cost mission.
He didn't
And,
fight for the first war.
Yeah, that was a mistake. And he also has the age ability, so he can take an insane amount of land.
So I guess Bengal can stay allied to Timurids, but how much help is Timurids actually?
it's better than
Not
nothing.
much.
But
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
if
sure.
Bengal is allied to Timurids, though, that means Timurids cannot be allied to anyone on this side anymore.
The problem is, if Bengal wins that war, Punjab is dead. Because if he fires the mission,
Punjab is 350 war score, so we can take like a Punjab. Not quite dead.
I'm currently doing like he loses 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 21 highly deft provinces. We're
Time
talking
for a
about
truce break at this point then.
it's how much? It's 690 admin. It's 150 OE.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
Punjab
okay.
truce breaks.
He can release.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
releases like Champur or like anything.
Not Jampu, because
Yeah, but like a vessel feeds them.
Should have released Jampu before.
I mean, if the
Yeah.
truce break from Punjab would happen fast enough, Bengal wouldn't be able to release anything.
And sitting on 160 OE.
He has a month tick at least. He has a month.
Everybody truce breaking.
Bengal started it.
Yeah, I mean, Bengal did the first truce break, so it's fair enough to assume that India might be considering the same. You said Vijay would also be going to Depth's land?
Yeah.
Actually,
already
is that... It's not
Yeah.
that
Yeah, he's
bad.
not close. But he is not full committing, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
It's very easy to
He's the problem, like,
manpower.
he has no manpower.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
the-
sure he actually has many more mercs to hire.
He has hired no mercs.
He can hire a few more companies at least.
He can hire the Grand Company. He can.
Yeah, he can hire 4 more companies.
Uh,
The Mongols like. We can hire more.
I
But-
mean, it's pretty much a life or death situation for them, I guess. If
No,
Bengal
it's
owns
like
it.
a situation for Punjab.
Yeah, but can they make deals with Bengal now if
Yes.
Punjab dies?
If Bengal gets all of the good northern land, Vijay gets to stay around in the south from the camp.
I mean, he can't from the Khan. He's Hindu.
He can,
No, you can flip. That's not.
yeah.
Need to
You
flip.
go
Sikh.
Sikh, then Muslim, then the Khan, then back.
So Sikh. Because Sikh is good.
Oh, Sikh.
It's nice.
Sikh is sick, man.
But like,
Should we go to Khmer as the last
Yeah.
nation in this?
Are you skipping Tibet?
We're not
no, it's
skipping it.
Khmer is in the war.
but Khmer is part of the war. Okay, Khmer has no problem with money. Not even in
No, and
loans.
there's the manpower left, and some selections.
Like he is. I'm
But
surprised how much
38
money he's making.
PP. Yeah.
Agony.
I'm gonna lie.
Being on gate power and not having 50 PP is nearly always a mistake.
He,
Yeah.
like, if he wants to, like, he can commit easily like another 150k troops, just in mercs, independent army, Grand Company, and Free Company.
I mean, the same Bengal. Bengal probably has still force limit open.
Yeah, but the thing is like Bengal has already loans, and is at 45%.
Yeah.
Khmer isn't, and that's the deal.
But should you bankrupt for
No.
Bengal right now?
I would not go back
No.
to Bengal.
I
think they
commit.
can
I
win the
hate,
war.
yes, but I don't
Like,
die.
Bengal needs to go bankrupt, but Khmer doesn't.
No. And Khmer has Magyars to eat if there's no player. But
I think a player is going to be the Carpenter, or if not Mati.
Yeah.
like, I've got requests already, so we got a Magyars player.
Yeah.
It's still Indonesia is good chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Bengal and Khmer are looking very good. If you look at the fifths, they're like all the way up there.
Also, lots of
Yeah.
buildings already. He still can build some buildings. He should build them. He waits for like 16 to get the mills, and 15 for the soldiers' households. Then he fixes his manpower issue. So he's just
Yeah.
waiting position for now, while fighting probably a war just for his amusement.
Yeah, soldiers' households are close.
Tip,
Soon.
Tibet.
Okay. We did all the relevant nations. I have to go now. Enjoy finishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tibet is there.
Yeah. He beat
It's-
Manchu.
Yeah, and then lost the next war.
Yeah, but he beat
Yeah.
Manchu. Let's just keep it at that.
He attacked in the right moment.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Sadly,
Yes.
the Ming cores are running out soon.
Waiting on the next institution, or nah? He's just a bit behind in.
He already has it. He just needs the money to embrace it. Just doesn't have any money. I mean, Salem, stop for paying for your troops.
But he's drilling.
He's still saving 6 ducats. Because you have like 14k which are not drilling, 15k which are not drilling, and only 16k which are drilling. And then you have another 32k which are not drilling. Like, if you don't,
What's his force limit actually?
91. You can.
So nearly equal to Bluark.
Yes, but I think I would be able to kill Bengal. Tibet. Not Bengal. I'm not able to kill Bengal.
Tibet has quite good quality, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if
yes.
he's in Finland, you know how things go.
If you are in the Himalayas, you will die.
But
too,
I'm not
so.
going to the Himalayas. That's the difference.
Why should? Yeah, it's theoretically.
Okay. Well, I think Tibet is looking fine. Let's go over to Manchu.
He has fun.
It just needs money and buildings.
I mean, that's a Tibet thing to be in.
Manchu is a.
Manchu can pay off his loans.
Manchu can reform into something.
He doesn't want to. Not
Okay.
yet.
Makes sense.
He needs to flip Catholic first. That's why the Catholic rebels. He's doing the rebel toggling with the 1k stack up in. Don't know what that area is called.
The rebel what?
Manchuria?
Like Manchuria. What you do is like rebels, like any kind from rebels, go inactive after sieging down a province for 3 months. Like it takes them 3 months to move again. What you do is like take a 1k stack and move them into a rebel-controlled province, which is connected to where the rebels currently stand. Any province up there in the north. This immediately wakens them up again and they start to move. They will start to move towards you first. And then when you leave the province again, like stop the siege, they will look, hey, we are moving, so we can start another siege. So the fast way to do like converting by rebels is just like using your 1k stack to re-trigger them all the time. Also, he has another 80k 80% Catholic stack.
So he gets 2 soon.
He will get even more Catholic zealots. So like he will do it over and over, and then like all of China will get converted. And then he breaks 2 rebels, is Catholic, and then he reforms out of an horde.
To get Eastern.
Get Catholic, Eastern, Cossacks, and everything else.
And he has nice steps to death, and then he will be a powerhouse.
Yes. And at the moment, he just suffers through the horde unity.
Yeah.
Nothing he can do.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, while he can't do it, just like in general information, if you're in horde and flip out of horde, your crown land gets reset. So you can be at 0 crown land while being a horde, and then reform out of it, and then you suddenly have like 60 crown land again. Also relevant for like tribes in Africa, where you just flip horde and then flip out of horde, and you have high crown land again.
So Manchu is pretty much a sleeping giant at this point.
Just give him like 50 years and he will be hella strong.
Yeah.
Japan. Well, he's looking at plutocratic coup. Oh God. Why? What?
He seized land.
He doesn't have any point privileges. Any monarch points. This is weird, but
I mean, he is not a great ruler. He integrated Seoul, which was Korea.
He does have a free trader. Maybe he wants to use it somewhere.
I mean, he can't use them.
Doesn't he have
stay in Beijing. You don't want to stay in Guangzhou.
But he could put it in the triangle, right?
No range, and he doesn't see it. Oh, he does see it, but he has no range.
Yeah, okay. Well,
get your monarch point privileges, I guess.
Also, I'm not entirely sure you need all those grassland forts down in southern Japan.
You want the forts at the crossings.
Yeah.
But like, I think those are a little bit too much. I don't know which forts he built and which he deleted.
But he is pretty safe, so he can just chill.
Just
that's true.
Try to get out of.
Yes.
Do we need to look at Matthias because he rage quit?
He will be a new player, but I guess depending of how much the AI fucked up.
He's looking decent.
So yeah, corruption, put it away, and then what's this idea was?
They're good. Eco exploration quantity.
Okay, yeah. A new player can definitely play there. Could even think about spawning Australia as a colonial nation and get a player on it. simply because he doesn't have a lot of allies, and last I remembered he's a tributary of Portugal.
Didn't they also add a formable for New Zealand?
Yes, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think that could be more fun than having another Australia. Anyways.
Oh, you mean
And if it's a colonial nation?
a colonial nation can't form it. He needs to be free.
Yes,
That's
but
the
he
thing.
might be free at some point.
Also, Maria's ideas like top tier. Also, like Australia has great ideas, and Zealandia has like okayish ideas.
Yeah, good. Anyways, I think we can go to South America.
Yeah. Brazil.
Just
Oh yeah, we did miss Brazil.
COO.
Oh, right. It's
C00.
yeah, okay. I thought it was a real Brazil, but it's cheesy Brazil. I mean, technically he
Brazil
could
got
be
left,
forming
but-
Brazil now, right?
Nope, you won't.
Why?
Because Brazil has no ideas. Like, they're very bad. And like there's a deal going on with getting a special formable for him.
Okay,
So
so
will he be red?
Hmm?
Will he be red soon?
Nope. He will be blue.
Oh,
I think it's blue. Blue or green? Let me check.
wait, doesn't he own already? Or is it Cherokee? Oh, it's Cherokee, never mind.
I mean, is it a formable out of his region, or is he just going to form some?
It's in the Americans.
So it's USA.
No.
I mean, it could be the Central.
I don't want to spoil our
Could
stuff.
be Central
It's
American
fine.
shit, but we'll see.
Anyways, he devved up his provinces nicely together with Portugal.
He's
I think
fully
it's the
built.
most devved up nation we have for now.
He is insanely strong.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight him.
Think
Also, he
nobody
stole my
does.
trading in coca. I'm
Ah,
so mad about that.
what's his force limit actually? Was it like
150.
so he is a force to be reckoned with.
Also, like he's making so much money.
Now that he's independent from all of the gold.
Now that he gets gold, 50 ducats.
Without the gold, if he's still a colonial nation, he is pretty poor.
Yeah, he has like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 gold provinces.
Yeah.
Inca.
Well,
Inca is Inca.
Inca is Inca. He has gold.
yeah, he has gold. He hasn't moved much since the last session.
He colonized a little bit, fleshing out the borders with Brazil and La Plata. Took some land of Andalusia. No, that was the session before. So yeah, the land is shit. As simple as it is. Yeah. And he is behind in tech, of course, and he has exploration instead of expansion, so his colonization is rather slow. He might want to run he's running 3 colonies at once. Nothing really to say about that nation.
Yeah, okay, let's go over to Yucatan.
My nation, woohoo! Burning pile of shit. Sorry.
Losing a lot of money.
I will go bankrupt.
And still not ready to form Maya through safe edits.
Yeah. Because I goofed up, I colonized the wrong stuff. I'm mad. So I misread the tooltip. So yeah, I will go bankrupt starting our next session. Like you can see in my estates interface, the thing I talked about. I was started with 0 crown lands, and then I flipped out to the horde, and now I have 57 crown lands. So currently I'm hoarding a little bit to fix the Mexico borders because they're shit. Too many random nations in here. I might have a deal with Great Britain, depending on what happens with Cuba. If there will be a player on it, then we have a deal. If there's no player on it, then we have to talk again. And nothing else. Oh, I have 28 innovativeness. Just not to point that out. 4 fires in the game. And they get another, 3 for maritime and now 4.5 for my missions. So I'll be like first accession.
Nice.
Okay.
Aztecs.
Yeah, the MVP in this region.
The MVP is debatable. They're doing the best.
Yeah, he's the Sunset
the
Invasion
usual.
guy. People just know him in Europe.
So people who don't know it, like we had an early brutal war with England and France, which led to the Iberia situation we have currently. Like they attacked us, so Aztecs and Yucatan. I was still way behind on dip tech, so I couldn't fight like Great Britain's navy, even though Great Britain has way better quality to begin with. So it was just like wait and see what will happen. And then I went bankrupt Yucatan went bankrupt in that war. Came out of my bankruptcy and we did a naval invasion into Great Britain. We landed in Scotland. I spawned I took immediately 14 loans, spawned 80k troops, and just rushed down towards London. And then we got a little bit unlucky because we won the battles, and the troops max retreated. We were fighting in Cumbria, and they retreated down to Kent. Then we fought them in Kent, and they retreated to Cornwall. And then we fought them in Cornwall, and they retreated to Norfolk. They were just ping-ponging around all in the country, and they were just not fast enough to carpet siege with our regular troops because we only hired merc companies. So in the end, the Battle of London happened, and there were 100k of English and French troops in London, and we were still damaged in London. And then another batch of French troops arrived, and so we lost that battle. And then it was okay, the naval invasion is over. Would the shadow retreat work a little bit different? From time to time, just retreat 2 or 3 provinces instead of 10. We would have stacked wiped them, and then England would have fallen.
But I mean, it is kind of the idea of shadowed retreat to get you away from danger.
Yeah, but that's the pain when it's just shadow retreating 3 provinces.
I fought a war against Russia, and my army just shadow retreated in 2 ways from Latgalia. One stack just went to Hungary, and then I was sitting there with half my army in Sweden and was oh well, fuck.
Yeah.
What do I do now?
Shadow retreat is fun and stuff, but it's really annoying.
Yeah, it can be really annoying.
So
okay, then Blackfoot.
That's why we lost the war. Blackfoot. He will go bankrupt again. He's flipping currently Protestant, and just to get a good religion, because Totemist in the current patch is just unplayable. And then it's just colonization for him. He's Republic. He has Chinese tech,
and he has great land to develop. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't really find it right now. Actually, I don't think he colonized much of the good land. Oh, actually, yeah, he did.
Keep in mind, we all have no ideas and behind in tech because, we did a self-reform, but you're still so much behind in tech and dev and dip in everything. It's just agony. Also, if you check out his decisions, he can form Florida for whatever these reasons. Illinois, Louisiana.
It could be from Louisiana, I guess.
He could from Texas or Alaska or Vermont or whatever.
But I guess he would want to stay Blackfoot for the memes, or at least get safe added back to Blackfoot. Would be a bit of a waste to now become Louisiana or some shit.
He wants dev cost, so I guess he will from Texas or Alaska just to get the dev cost and then ask for safe edits.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Iroquois.
Okay. He recovered quite nicely. He was in the worst position of the serious contender of the natives, which were Iroquois, Aztecs, Yucatan, and Inca. He devved a lot. He fixed his income. He got, I think, some deals going on with Great Britain. So he's doing fine.
Yeah, this used to be English, right?
Yeah. For the first 13 colonies.
Well,
Like,
now
it
30
was-
colonies is called Florida.
Yeah. It was quite annoying for us because the colony formed, they attacked, we fully sieged down the colony, and then suddenly we saw the hot join in of the 13 colony players. So England unsieged one province of him, and the 13 colony player spawned like 40k troops with mercs.
To be fair, though, the 13 colony player did announce he would be joining before the session, I think.
It wasn't a nation there yet, but like when he joined, it was fully sieged down. So it was basically to int us. It was fine.
I think like they just England had someone joining as soon as that nation popped up, and then you attacked as soon as the nation popped up, and he still joined. So I think you can see it both ways.
Yeah. So yeah,
I
he
mean,
left a lot.
Yeah,
Hierarchies.
NATO's
Just
looking
to-
good. Okay, I think that's all the nations that we have in the game.
Yep. All of them. Any predictions?
Well,
will
in
happen?
terms of wars, what we're going to see,
Like next session?
we definitely will see conflict in this region between Franconia and them. Like that's pretty much set. Will be interesting to see what Westphalia and Prussia do. They just sat around last session, so maybe they kick into action either way. Like they are helping me here, but didn't ask that yet. They could also be either helping Franconia or working against Franconia. Both could be imaginable. Yeah, and then like what the New World does is interesting again. A war could happen down in Iberia. Also, like conflict could be happening in the Roman region, like India's still a powder keg. So yeah, a lot of possible conflict regions still left.
Isn't the powder keg in India already lit?
Yeah, but there's still more powder to explode.
That is true.
Yeah, like Manchu could be saying, "Hey,
I'm gonna
Khmer, I see you have like some stuff on the south from me. Let me go
He
with that
even
up."
has reconquest, doesn't he?
He has perma claims. No, he has even cores. On
He has
that
reconquest on Khmer.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, things could be happening there.
You
Then just
could
maybe like
time your nation's instability by flipping into an int war.
yeah,
Okay,
like
I think
a Manchu Tibet alliance against Khmer would be fun.
yeah, I think that sums up everything for this session, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for the recording.